everybody, it's Alejandra with the Osceola Library System and welcome to today's virtual program. Today we're going to be doing a mixed media animal inspired collage to help replicate your furry friends in like a mixed media sort of way. So what we're going to need for this mixed media furry friends collage, you're going to need some paint. I would definitely suggest at least a black and white, and then any other color you'd like to do for the eyes and the whiskers, some glue, some sort of miscellaneous paper you can use from a magazine, or even a scrapbook sort of pages here. I have this mixed media sort of scrapbook pad that I've pulled paper from. And then I would also suggest a large piece of paper to work on. You could also use a smaller canvas if you prefer. What I used for this was a pad of this giant finger paint pages. This is 16 inches by 12 inches, so a nice big surface area to work on. And then of course some paintbrushes, a little palette for your paints, and some scissors so where you get cutting. So that's about it. We can go ahead and get started. So as you can see, the first thing you're going to want to do is take your paper and your mixed media, your scrapbook, magazines. You can even use old artwork that maybe you're not in love with, you mind tearing it up, and then go ahead and glue that in sort of a starburst fashion. So we have kind of all the points pointing to the middle. So what I did was just tear it into triangle shapes and then glue it to kind of add emphasis to the middle of your collage. So once you do that, you're going to want to paint the nose, the eyes separately. So I have here 2 noses already painted. So what I'll show you how to do a quick sort of maybe cat or dog nose. These aren't too difficult, but you could also, if you wanted to, do maybe like a bird, if you have a pet bird, or if your favorite animal is an owl. So what I did for my nose was I kind of just painted a rough sort of triangle. I'll do a smaller one now, maybe more like a smaller cat nose. So I did that maybe in my desired color. You can do it in gray, white, pink if you're using maybe a cat nose. And then I'm just going to go ahead and outline that in black to sort of give it some depth. There we go. Now, I'm no expert painter, so this might not be perfect, but that's all right. Sometimes the best art is what's imperfect. And then make sure you just leave some room for your nostrils. I guess this looks more like a dog nose than a cat nose. Okay, and then I'll finish my outline there. And then just make that little center sort of indentation that the cats and dogs' noses have. Okay, and then ideally you might want to wait for this to dry a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and then just add one white highlight right next to that line, and then another one right up top, kind of where the light would hit. And that's pretty much how you do like a basic sort of animal nose for this type of project. And then I just used a white, black, and a brown. And then once you let it dry, you would go ahead and cut that out and glue that right in the center of your sort of collage. And then you would need your eyes. So I'm no artist, like I said, but I did sort of a almond-shaped cat eye for this one. So for that, I kind of started here. You'll want to do your almond shape there, color in your center part, and then you'll want to feather in the black a little bit to make it look more like an iris. You know, like how the outside of your iris isn't a perfect circle. It's usually sort of like cloudier on the outsides. Okay. So you'll want to do that all around and maybe bring in the black a little bit more just to sort of create a more realistic looking eye. Although it might not be perfectly realistic. And then I did sort of the almond shaped pupil for my cat. There we go, and kind of feathering in more that iris a little bit. And then you can go ahead and add your highlights wherever you think it might be. So I'll go ahead and add kind of a highlight right there, and then sort of there where maybe the light would hit the cat's eye. And then again, you would just let it dry, cut out your eyes, and then glue it right onto your already prepared little page here. And then lastly, what you want to do is add any details on the outside with paint. So I added here some whiskers and little dots for the hair follicles. And then I also went ahead and added some extra hair here. So you can do that in black and white or whatever color you want, really. And then just sort of feather it there to add some dimension. And you'll add a little bit of texture here too. And that's your finished project. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. The Beanstack secret code for this program is GLUE. That's GLUE. So for those of you who don't know, Beanstack is an online platform where you can earn badges and tickets to earn prizes in our summer learning program. So thanks so much for joining me. Make sure you check out osceolalibrary.org for more information about our programs and services. Bye-bye.